One. All right, we are group one, and our group did our project on conjoint analysis on the boba shop. My name is Rafael Ribello.
I'm Ali Trzynski.
I'm Megan Joyce.
I'm Hinano Nose.
I'm Lauren Joseph.
I'm Valeria Ruiz.
And I'm John Hendricks.
A new boba bar called the Boba Shop opened up down the street from SDSU, and they are wanting to increase the number of SDSU students who visit their store. So they are interested in seeing if using eco-friendly straw materials would result in more foot traffic from SDSU students. Our marketing question is, does the college-aged population favor paper or bamboo straws over plastic? And does offering the favored product increase sales? Some of our research objectives are, will environmentally safer straws lead to more sales? Would spending more on straws lead to higher sales from college students? And we found that environmentally safe straws do cost more to manufacture. Paper straws cost about 2.5 cents, and they dissolve in about 2 months. Plastic straws cost about 0.5 cent and take over 400 years to decompose. And bamboo straws cost over $2 and are biodegradable after 1 year.
We chose 4 different attributes to consider, and those were size, price, boba type, and straw type. For size, we believe that the size of the drink, especially in relation to price, is an important attribute affecting sales. If customers are getting a better deal, they're more likely to return. So we picked 2 attribute levels for this, 16 ounces as the baseline, and then 32 ounces. For price, we picked because college students generally tend to be more price sensitive. So we thought that price would be an important attribute in determining boba sales. And we picked 3 attribute levels for this, $4 as the baseline, then $5 and $6. For boba type, we believe that giving customers multiple choices for boba options would lead to an increase in customers and customer satisfaction. We picked 3 attribute levels for this, no boba as the baseline, pearl boba, and then popping fruit boba. And then for the last attribute was straw type, and we believe that the type of straw used could be an important attribute for a specific target market because they tend to be more interested in the environment and sustainability. And we picked 3 attribute levels for this, plastic as the baseline, paper, and bamboo. So doing a full factorial, you come up with 54 profiles because there are 4 attributes, and each and the straw, boba type, and price each have 3 attribute levels, and size has 2 attribute levels. So 3 times 2 times 3 times 3 is 54. And the minimum number of profiles we could create is 10 because there are 8 regression parameters, including the constant, and then you add 2, and that would be 10. So we created 10 random product profiles as shown above. In our survey, we had respondents rate each profile on a scale of 0 to 100 to create a rating-based conjoint analysis of the different product attributes.
The purpose of our survey was for it to support our research objective of finding out if eco-friendly straws would in fact influence and increase the likelihood of boba tea being purchased. The questionnaire began with us asking generic questions to the surveyors, information such as their age, education, gender, income, and ethnicity. After filling out the prior 5 questions, the surveyors would next fill out the 10 product profiles shown and mentioned on the slide before. By rating the profiles on a scale from 0 to 100 based on the product size, boba type, price of the drink, and the type of straw used. From these results, our group was able to see which attributes were the most influential with the customers' decisions.
We collected data through a quadratic survey, and our intended market was primarily college-age students attending SDSU. We focused on ages 18 to 24, with the mean age being about 23.84. The boba shop, this gives the boba shop an idea of what specific attributes SDSU students prefer and gives them, enables them to develop a strategic business decision.
And to do conjoint analysis, first we calculate the average of ratings that our respondents answered in our survey and put those data into SPSS to run linear regressions. And we obtained this coefficient table and this regression equation. And based on this result, we can say that our respondents prefer a paper straw 7.732 points less than plastic straw, while they prefer bamboo straw 2.997 points higher than a plastic straw. And this answers one of our marketing questions, which is, does the college-aged population favor paper or bamboo straw over a plastic straw? And the answer will be the college-aged population favors a bamboo straw over a plastic straw. However, they dislike a paper straw. And regarding to the size of a boba tea, they prefer a larger size of tea, 5.408 points higher than 60 ounce boba tea. And for the price of boba tea, our respondent, for the price of boba tea, we got interesting results. That is, our respondents prefer $5 tea, 4.861 points higher than $4 tea, while they prefer $6 tea, 0.818 points higher than $4 tea. And moreover, for our conjoint analysis, we got 2 excluded variables because our product profiles are not representative enough. So we will talk about this issue later in this presentation.
Next, our group wanted to know which attribute was the most relatively important between which straw size and price. So we found the range of each of these and divided it by all the ranges. And we found that the relative importance for straws was 0.511, and then for size, it's 0.258. And for price, it's 0.231. So this information tells us that college age population cares the most about which straw they are getting, and they care the least about how expensive the tea is. Next slide. Next, we want to see if offering an eco-friendly straw will increase our sales. So we compared the market share of 2 profiles, and our first profile had a plastic straw. It was 16 ounces and it was $4. And then the second profile had a bamboo straw. It was 16 ounces and it was $6. And after running a regression, we can see that a boba tea worth $6 with a bamboo straw has more utility than a $4 boba tea with a plastic straw. And this higher utility indicates that more people would choose the bamboo straw, and therefore our sales will increase if we offer them as well as offering plastic straws.
We also wanted to compare the market share for these product profile, which were plastic straws versus paper straws. For boba tea alpha, as you can see up here, the attributes were plastic, 16 ounce and $4. For boba tea beta, the attributes were paper, 16 ounces, $5. And you can see for boba tea alpha, we calculated the expected share, which was 0.5110. For boba tea beta, we calculated the expected share and it came to be 0.4890. As you can see, our respondents would choose a boba tea with a plastic straw rather than one with a paper straw. Therefore, providing a paper straw doesn't increase our sales. Next, we'll be trying to calculate our consumers' willingness to pay. And by doing that, we tried to get the exchange rate, which we gathered the highest part worth subtracted by the lowest, which was 0. and we got $2 for the utility per utility, and dividing that by 5.408, it tended to be $0.370 per utility. The willingness to pay for a bamboo straw over a plastic straw is $3.97. Since people are willing to pay more for a bamboo straw compared to a plastic straw, we can say that providing a bamboo straw increases our sales.
In terms of the credibility of our survey, it's our belief that our survey questions were unbiased. We did not ask any questions that would sway a more favorable boba or a certain type of straw. Our survey was distributed randomly and the data was all anonymous. We collected a sufficient enough sample. We had initially over 120 respondents. We ended up cutting it down to about 104, and I'll explain that in the next slide. To recognize some of our weaknesses in the initial gathering of our data, we had to cut down a fair amount, and that could have skewed some of our data because there was incomplete or invalid surveys. Some people only rated one profile, like if someone only favored a plastic straw, they would put 100 for that and 0 for all the other questions. And it was also hard to compare how college students' preferences compared to other age groups. And that was due to the huge disparity in the number of people sampled from each age group, such as like the majority of respondents were SDSU students, and they all ranged from 18 to 24. We also decided that some people who took the survey were not familiar with the product. Some people didn't know what boba was or were unfamiliar with the option of bamboo straws.
When looking at our data, we found that 2 of our variables were actually excluded, the regular pearl boba and also the popping fruit boba. These variables did not bring any significant information to the report and were excluded so that the data sample would not have any multicollinearity issues. When seeing the excluded variables, our group realized that by using an orthogonal design, we would have been able to find the best options from the creation of combinations for the factoring levels. After completing our project, we did some follow-up research by generating an orthogonal design, which produced 16 new cards for us to use as product profiles. We then, as a group, rated each of the newly given profiles and determined the mean score for each profile. After running a linear regression, we found that this time, the boba styles were not excluded from the data. In conclusion, we aimed to focus our research questions on whether the college-age population favored bamboo straws and paper straws over plastic and whether offering these would favor an increase in their sales. When looking at the first question that asked if environmentally safer straws would lead to higher sales and influence customers' decisions to purchase their drinks, when comparing it to our data, we recommend that the company should avoid the use of paper straws, whereas bamboo straws, on the other hand, were in fact preferred over plastic. For the second question, we asked whether it was worth to spend more money on eco-friendly straws in order to produce higher profits. Although people did prefer bamboo straws over plastic, the willingness to pay was only $3.94 higher. So we view that that is not a significantly high enough difference in order to have just bamboo straws entirely. We view these surveys are willing to spend more money for a boba drink than the baseline amount, which does give our group the belief that customers will pay higher amounts in order to be environmentally friendly.
In terms of our recommendations for the boba shop, we decided that to have more SDSU students return to the shop, they should probably offer a bamboo straw as an eco-friendly alternative. And we figured out that their most valuable offer would be a 32-ounce boba tea with a bamboo straw. This would be considered a win-win for both the store and the customers. And due to the capability of a reusable straw, we were thinking that the boba shop could implement a $3 upcharge for the purchase of a bamboo straw. And then they could offer a 5% discount for customers who brought it back to their store. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.